As we celebrate Refugees Day, we want to focus on what is the impact of these refugees on the host countries. We understand, of course, there is a lot of negative perception on how these refugees are affecting the host countries, particularly in neighboring countries. If you're talking about the Syrian refugees, neighboring countries such as Jordan and Lebanon, particularly, having refugees adds a lot of pressure on their economies. However, if we try and look at it in a positive way and looking at some of the research done by FEMISE, we found that actually the unemployment that is not affected much because of the refugees. In fact, these refugees do create demand. They can fulfill jobs that the nationals, particularly in Jordan and Lebanon, are not keen to fulfill, such as in the agriculture sector. And they can generate even some income for themselves.
Hello, Raneem. So tell us a little bit about what you do with your entrepreneurship in terms of helping the refugees here in Jordan.
Okay, so my name is Raneem, and we co-founded Teenah, me and my business partner, a couple of years ago. What we do, we make tote bags, the cotton bags, which are made by Syrian refugees and women from their host communities, to provide them with income. And we sell it and export it to Europe, Japan, and the rest of the world. In our model, we provide two approaches. The first one is the income generating approach, which is the job in working in producing these tote bags. And the other model, we work on it with other partners such as UNICEF, which is the skills enhancement, where they get financial literacy classes, English courses, and other courses.
So your institution does a little bit of business and a lot of social as well. Yeah. Can you tell us a bit more about the challenges you might be facing in achieving these goals?
Okay. So we are more of a business that is built around impact and social responsibility. That's why it's a social enterprise. The challenges might vary from being lack of financing, lack of proper human resources, market linkages. It's a huge challenge, but definitely the opportunity was meeting all these wonderful women we've worked with.
I'm sure, yes, and especially in a crisis of the refugees, I'm sure this helps a lot. Can you tell us a little bit about one example of a refugee that this made a big change for their life?
Well, I always say this example because it touched me the most. We work with two sisters, so our workshops are open for everyone, not only Syrian or Jordanian women. It's open for everyone, and we work with two sisters from the same family, and they were responsible for 17 family members. And before joining Teenah, they had no source of income, and they had to move from one tent to another. After 6 months only, both of them were able to cover their family income and register for diploma degrees, and that was amazing for me.
Wana Institute operates under three thematic pillars: social justice, sustainable development, human security, with an overall goal of promoting human dignity. We continue to investigate important themes in the region. Syrian conflict, for example, 8 years on, 10% of the population in Jordan is Syrian. They must have left a footprint on the Jordanian society and economy. UNHCR have 670,000 registered Syrian refugees in Jordan. However, according to the census completed by the Department of Statistics, there is 1.2 million Syrians in Jordan. This sudden growth had a profound impact on the social, economic, and environmental context in Jordan. Several issues surfaced, including social cohesion, employability, government spending, infrastructure, natural resources, labor market, informal and formal labor markets. After signing the compact in 2016, the Jordan Compact, Syrian refugees were allowed to work in 5 different sectors with limited rights: agriculture, construction, manufacturing, retail and trade services, as well as food and beverage services. Wana Institute just issued several publications looking at the impact of the refugees on the host community, economically and socially. Also, we looked at investment and employment trends, as well as the refugees crisis impact on the labor market, as well as measuring the labor inclusion of the host community. Thank you for listening, and follow us at wanainstitute.org. Bye.